It is high energy inside the gymnasium tonight at Johnson County Community College. A battle of top 10 teams in the country is squaring off tonight on Johnson County Sports Live. It's presented by Martin City Animal Hospital. Got a furry friend that deserves top-notch care? Martin City Animal Hospital is the area's choice for full-service vet care just east of State Line Road in Martin City. Martin City Animal Hospital is where your cat or dog is treated like family. Call them at 816-941-0070 and learn more at mcahvet.net. Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Drennan here. That was a mouthful to get out of the way, right out of the gate. But we're ready to go here in this one. Johnson County and Kansas City, Kansas. I mentioned two top teams in the country, and it goes without saying, obviously, conference rivals. And whenever you get two teams like this, just the rival aspects is enough to get them up and ready to play. It also helps that when you add on, it's number two, or looking at the latest ranking, there's been a lot of shuffling in the Division II rankings. That in a little bit. You got number 5 in the country, KCK, and number 8 in the country in Johnson County. Two teams that finished top 4 in the national tournament a year ago. It doesn't take a whole lot to get these teams ready to go tonight, Denny.
Well, I wouldn't think so, partner. And not only that, but, these two schools recruit against one another as well. So this is always a big rivalry, and it doesn't matter what sport it's in. We usually get a good showing. No doubt about it. Talking about these teams coming into tonight, they both spent this past weekend up in Normal, Illinois at the Heartland Community College Invitational Tournament. And this was a tournament, Denny. It featured 6 teams that were in the top 8 in the country. According to this week's rankings, you had Cali there. You had Heartland Community College. You had Parkland Community College, KCK and Johnson County, obviously, and a couple others. And it was just a gauntlet for everybody to go through. It saw Cali have their first match lost. They had won 104 straight going into that tournament. They lost 2. They dropped from number 1 to number 3. Looking at the new rankings, you had Heartland that picked up wins against both these teams here tonight. They jumped to number 1 from number 3. You have Kirkwood, who got a win against KCK, to from number 4 up to number 2. Cali dropping to 3. Parkland from 6 to 4 they go, also getting match wins against both the Blue Devils and the Cavaliers. So when it's all said and done, Johnson County, they still stay put at number 8. They kind of slid them back in the rankings after some match losses. That one on the road at Allen is really the one that made them fall out of the top 5 down to number 8. They stay put there at number 8. KCK from number 2, they fall after being undefeated on the season and then leaving that tournament, losers of 3 straight to Parkland, Heartland, and Kirkwood. That's looking at the rankings for the Blue Devils there. That's number 4, number 1, and number 2. You just had losses to. I mean, my goodness, you cannot ask for a more competitive stretch there. So both teams coming into tonight. Just speaking from an aspect of conference play, it is still the between the Tigers and the Blue Devils, really, of who's going to come away as winners in the conference this year. Johnson County is still sitting firm at 3rd. So if they want a chance for the Cavaliers, speaking Denny, if they want a chance at the regular season title, they're going to need some help. But they can still come out here and they can cause some trouble, be a thorn in the side to their crosstown rivals in KCK. Oh, yeah, no question about it. Johnson County would love nothing more than to put another loss onto the Blue Devils tonight.
Cavaliers do have a little winning streak against these Blue Devils. It was hard fought last year, expecting more of the same here this evening. It is pink out night here at Johnson County. Everybody wearing their pink, even your broadcasters here in the booth. We are repping, supporting, and we are about ready to go in this one. We will have starting lineups and the opening serve of the first set coming up here next on Johnson County Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stows with Martin City Animal Hospital, located just minutes east of 135th and State Line Road. At Martin City Animal Hospital, we provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, including digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work. Also, specialty care such as general surgery, cold laser therapy, animal chiropractic, small animal reproductive services, and dental cleaning. With 4 other locations and a team of 15 veterinarians, our commitment to you makes Martin City Animal Hospital the vet you can trust.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Hey, you ready to go to my mom's?
Well, I can't go today. I have to mow. It's probably going to take all day.
Well, that's too bad. Don't work too hard.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
How do you see the world?
Ha! At Shriners Hospitals for Children, we know that changing how you see things can turn them into everyday miracles.
Like riding my bike.
Breaking boards. Ha! Hugging my mom.
Every day for over 90 years, Shriners Hospitals for Children has been sending love to the rescue, regardless of a family's ability to pay.
If you know a child we can help, call or go online now.
Currently getting the starting lineups for KCK right now. I can run through those for you real fast while we wait for them to announce the starters for Johnson County. Number 1, right side hitter, 5'8", sophomore out of Platte City High School, Tatiana Murray. Number 5, the setter, 5'7", sophomore out of Grosseto, Italy. One of many transfer students the Blue Devils will sport on the court tonight is Ash Rolando. Number 10, middle blocker, 5'11", freshman out of Longmont High School in Longmont, Columbia, Zia Gonzalez. Number 14, outside hitter, 5'10", freshman out of Grosseto, Italy, Valentina Rolando. Number 17, an outside defensive specialist hitter, 5'9", freshman out of Olathe West High School in Olathe, Kansas, not too far away from us here in Overland Park. That is Ava Johnson. And number 18, the middle blocker, 6'2", sophomore out of Piper High School in Kansas City, Kansas, Avery Bijan. That is your starting lineup for the KCK Blue Devils tonight, led by head coach Mary Bruno Ballou. We were just ready to meet. It'll be the non-starters first for JCC, and then it will get to the starters, and then it'll be on to the start of the first set. We play a best of 5 here tonight, coming down towards the end of the regular season schedule. Conference rivals going at it tonight. Let's meet the non-starters and starters for JCCC.
5'3", freshman defensive specialist number 2, Reese Doherty. 5'4", freshman defensive specialist number 5, Adira Avey. 5'4", freshman defensive specialist number 6, Kennedy Whithouse. 5'11", freshman middle hitter, right side hitter number 7, Alana Brewster. 5'10", freshman outside hitter, right side hitter number 9, Annika Black. 5'7", sophomore libero number 10, Carly Martin. And 6' freshman center number 11, Kimmy Roberts. And now for your Cavaliers starting lineup. 5'6", freshman center number 3, Kibble Shabbat. 5'9", sophomore outside hitter defensive specialist number 4, Brooke Boyer. 5'10", freshman outside hitter, right side hitter number 8, Lily Waters. 6'1", freshman outside hitter, right side hitter number 12, Ava Esser. 6'2", 6'2", freshman, middle hitter, right side hitter number 13, Lauren Rudiger. And 6'3", sophomore, middle hitter, right side hitter number 14, Avery Ringenberg. The Cavaliers are coached by Jenny Mai and assistant Jarrett Chase.
There you go, your starting lineups for both teams, and we are ready to go with this one. Cavaliers and the Blue Devils right here on Johnson County Sports Live, presented by Martin City Animal Hospital. Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Drennan. Best of 5 in this one, Denny. And with how highly competitive I'm expecting this match to be, don't be too surprised if we go all the way to the 5th set in this one.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised at all, partner. I kind of looked for that, actually.
Matchup has been all worth the buzz, all beyond the rivalry aspect within the conference of this matchup. Number 8 in JCC versus number 5 in JCAA Division II in the country in KCK. And this gym is packed out here tonight. Fans of both teams alike. It is dead near 50-50. Although slight advantage to the Cavaliers. They do have a nice little student section forming over there. Everybody rocking the pink shirts. They were handing them out for free to everyone that came to the match here tonight. They had wristbands, they had glasses, they had beaded necklaces. The cheerleaders are out, the Golden Girls are out. Everybody is packing the gym here at Johnson County Community College. And here we go with this one. Both teams coming out on the floor. Johnson County in the navy blue home kits tonight. For KCK, they are in the road red uniforms. I always find it, for a team that's called the Blue Devils, they wear a lot of red.
Yeah, they sure do. But, it's hard to go wrong with a red, white, and blue motif.
And you really can't. You really cannot. Everything they roll out there, it always looks good. And obviously the one exception being their libero. That's Ava Rand, number 15. She is out there in the black top. Everyone rocking the blue shorts as well for the Blue Devils. As they will open up, Johnson County will open up with the initial serve. Brooke Boyer was going to go back to send this one away. Both teams coming off losing records in this past weekend tournament up in Normal, Illinois at the Heartland Classic, looking to get back on the winning tracks here tonight. Big matchup in the KJCCC. We start with a nice dig for Johnson County. They set it up for Laura Rohringer in the middle, and that is how this one gets started. First point going to Johnson County.
Nice little touch on that return. KCK unable to get a hand on it.
It was that nice dig that it was set up for two, and putting it right in the middle on the nice set. Laura Rohringer able to get a point, but KCK is able to answer right back. A little light touch of their own. A quick side out to tie it up at 1. Student section starting to get loud here. This is going to be a fun night here tonight, folks. Ash Rolando to go back to serve. First touch is a little offline. Great effort trying to chase after it out of bounds. It goes as an ace, but I believe the first touch off of Lily Waters was the one that sent it a little awry. No chance for the Cavaliers to make anything happen of it. Actually, on that back line, it was Laura Rohringer that couldn't quite get it. Brooke Boyer, that didn't stop her from trying to chase it down over there by the home bleachers, the home stands, the home bench at least. It goes as a serve, but it's returned right back over on the service area as Ash Rolando sends it into the net, tapping her chest and saying, "My bad." That's a quick side out to KCK. And that's something in this matchup, Denny, with these two teams, top 10 in the country. You got to avoid those little mistakes like that at all costs if you want to come away with the win.
Yeah, unforced errors can really cost you when you have two really competitive and well-matched teams.
That was a cross shot that goes a little bit long. Everything was just a tick behind there that time for KCK, as you'll see in our instant replay. The first touch was a little off. The back set was nice. They set it to the near side on the cross shot. Tatiana Murray had a chance, just could not tuck it into the boundary. Johnson County back in front by 1. Here from the middle line. First touch is up in the air. Shabbat sets it up, shoving it over Ava Esser, just a little bit too long.
Try to get it back into that back corner, but just a bit wide.
It's a play by the nearby Blue Devil there in Rolando to realize that was going to go out of bounds off the fingertips of Esser and just let it go. As can be said here for the back line for Johnson County. Second service error in this opening set for KCK, and Brooke Boyer and Carly Martin alike both realizing that was going to go long. They just let it go.
Cavaliers need to take advantage of these unforced errors.
Martin, her first serve of the match tonight. They're going to set up to the far side over the front line. The kill attempt from Maya Pritchett. This is sent over the net. Quick touch from Murray keeps it alive for the Blue Devils. Over on the back line, sent over by Valentina Rolando. They go to the far side. Ava Esser, and that touch is flat coming off of Ash Rolando. And that's a nice little rally there that ends in points for Johnson County.
You can kind of feel the electricity in here, Blair.
You really can. This is awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun here tonight. 5-3 advantage, Johnson County. Not going to last for long. Tatiana Murray spiking it down into the floor.
Yeah, it was just a good kill right there by Murray.
Not really much more you could do with that one. Trying to make the effort of diving out for it on the dig attempt, but good kill from Murray. The libero southpaw Ava ran on the serve this time for KCK. Quick touch from Murray. They're going to set it up. And that one is not going to get under it. Carly Martin unable to keep it alive. It goes as a kill from Maya Pritchett as she brings her team back to a tie at 5.
Third unforced error.
Yep, number 3. You beat me to it. And coming at big moments here, too, because this is a chance for KCK, when they get these little quick side outs, a chance for them to kind of build on their lead and maybe get a run going, but they've been able to end on 3 service errors already in this first set. Puts the Cavs in front 5-1. It was Ringenberg that got a big piece of that last block. They set it up to Esser, going over near the KCK bench. Great effort to keep it alive on the scramble is Rolando that went after it, and a good kill near side here for KCK. As Valentina Rolando went down to get it might have hit her head.
Yeah, she hit her head. You can hear it up here. She hit it pretty hard.
Yeah, you kind of see it on our replay there. She went backwards and rolled over, and she's staying in the match. Everything's okay, but there was some hard contact there. She hit the ground hard. There's the first service error in the match for Johnson County. The serve from Campbell Shabbat. You don't see her do that all too often. And some substitutions will be made here for KCK as Osborne will check in. And she will immediately go to the back line and serve. You can still see Valentina Rolando. She is still kind of holding and rubbing that back side of her head. It's going to be something to keep an eye on. One of the top leading kills setters on the team for KCK. It's going to be really hard for them to win this match without her at 100% or at all. So something to keep an eye on as this match continues to develop. Plenty of space over there, but just could not quite tuck it in. A little bit long. 8-6 now, Johnson County. Ava Esser will now go back to serve. Multiple-time recipient of the KJCCC Player of the Week honors as a freshman, a stellar get this past offseason for head coach Jenny I and this Johnson County staff. Denied at the net. And that's the 4 hits violation going to be coming in here. They'll go against Johnson County. And by the way, speaking of Coach I want to send a congratulations to her. We were here a couple weeks ago where they played Coffeyville. Johnson County did. Clean sweep for her. That was her 500th career win.
That's amazing.
And she is only the 5th or 6th head coach ever in conference history to reach the 500 win mark. So congratulations to head coach Jenny I. What a big milestone that is for her in this program.
Deadlocked at 8.
Would you expect anything less in this match?
Not really.
To the net, quick shove over by Shabbat. And the delivery is going to be wide. Kill attempt going out of play for KCK. Back in front by 1. Go the Cavaliers. Been watching any Cavaliers volleyball this season, you know it's right around this 10 to 15 point mark where this Cavalier team just seems to go on a run. Not going to happen here for the time being. Great effort, great hustle. Ava Johnson going after that one. Kept alive by the libero. Man, that was terrific stuff there from Johnson.
Yeah, that was an amazing get.
Kept that play alive for KCK. Still a point for them to get. Shabbat on the first touch, set by Ringenberg to the back line. Esser fires away. First touch is going to go wide. It's ricocheting around. No one's going to be able to catch up to it. And the Cavaliers on that nice long rally are going to get the point. As that first touch, it went off of Johnson, who made the great effort of coming nearly into the stands to keep that point alive. That first touch off of her went a little bit long and wide. Not able to track it down to her teammates. 10-8, Johnson County. Here's a nice diving dig for Ava Esser. Shabbat will touch it, and Boyer on the cross shot is a little long. As that went straight up into the ceiling, and it ricocheted off of the volleyball stanchion, so it came back down a little bit quicker. Shabbat and Boyer were both in the same zip code. And on the scramble drill, just a little bit wide on the return. Side out, serve now for Avery Bijan, the 6'2 sophomore out of Piper High School, and she's going to collect an ace. A native out of Kansas City, Kansas, the home of the Piper Pirates of the United Kansas Conference. Not, what are you thinking, a 20-minute drive from here over at
Kansas City, Kansas.
Yep. Right, arguably in the backyard of KCK. Big get for Coach Bruno Ballou and the squad as the Blue Devils have rattled off back-to-back points, and they retake the lead 11-10. Now it'll be the Blue Devils look to go on a run. Third straight serve for Bijan. Just gets it over the top of the net. Set on the shove over for Boyer, and that's going to be a little too long. Kind of came in with her momentum, and I think that took a little bit too much power to that ball on the return, Denny, and sent it a little long out of the boundary.
Yep.
And that is going to end this KCK rally on yet another service error. Mark it 4 in this set for KCK. And that goes to the point that I was just talking about earlier. You kind of stopped the momentum that JCC had going. You were able to get off 4 straight serves, and it ends in a service error. But then for Johnson County, they're going to give it right back to them. So maybe a potential break caused there.
Might be a little bit of nerves involved tonight.
Maybe so. That last one from Boyer could not stay tucked into the boundary. 13-11 KCK on the side out. And the serve for Ash Rolando, second time for her in this set. 5'7" sophomore out of Grosseto, Italy. She's over here with her sister, Valentina Rolando, wears number 14. And now we have 3 straight service errors as neither team really wants to keep possession right now. You mentioned it, though, that some nerves may be packing into it. The energy that's been culminating here inside this gymnasium, it's something that can kind of throw you off your game just slightly.
Yeah, it may not be just nerves, but they're just amped up. You see that a lot with pitchers. They overthrow when they're too amped up.
Very true. Rodiger sends it over, taken on the back line by Johnson. Light touch, nobody home for Johnson County. And it goes as a kill. Valentina Rolando going to collect that one for KCK. Shabbat was the closest Cavalier to it. Her momentum taking her to her right on that light touch. She had to quickly shift back to her left. By then, it was too little, too late. KCK continuing to muddle around with a 2-point lead. Quick dump, Shamble Shabbat.
She is so good at that, partner. We've seen her do that a lot.
Catching every red jersey in the area, 4 or 5 of them off guard on that quick dump, using that top of the net slightly to her advantage. Campbell Shabbat, one of the best at dumping into the campfire. Another kill attempt, flat on the first touch, but they sent it right back to Boyer. Good job on the return set. I believe Rodiger was the one that got underneath that. Excuse me, it was Shabbat. She'll set it up here. Esser on the far side, ricochets off the libero. Ava Rand cannot quite keep that straight back in the air, and we are tied once again. That was more Rand just kind of acting in self-defense there more than anything. A lot of velo coming off that kill attempt for Ava Esser, leading this Cavalier squad at kill percentage. Right near the net. Deflected, shoved over Shabbat. Diving effort, quick dump at the joust at the net. Avery Ringenberg puts Johnson County back in front. A lot happening there.
Ringenberg timed that perfectly.
Again, I believe that diving effort with the forearm was Johnson again. They go her way here. Not enough to come to that point from Johnson County. And now this one's going to go long on the back line. And for head coach Mary Bruno Ballou, wanted some clarification on a couple of things from the officials. Now her team from up 2 to down 2, 16-14. Johnson County in control. Carly Martin, second serve of the set. Right at Rolando, set it up for Pritchett, and it dives right in front of Martin as she dove out for the dig.
Now serving for KCK, number 15.
I'm trying to think, what's the longest that a team has had possession? I mean, 4 straight points, 4 straight serves. I think that's the longest before side out has happened. It really hasn't been that long. Shabbat tried to dump it over again. That time, Pritchett and KCK was ready. Great block there for Pritchett. Now they set her up on the kill, but she's denied. But it goes out of bounds. It still ends at a point for KCK. Ava Esser and Avery Ringenberg on the block that time for Johnson County. But heads up play by Pritchett on the quick dump over attempt from Shabbat to deny her at the net. Tied again at 16. Boyer on the cross shot's going to go good. Targeting Mariah Pritchett again as that goes over the KCK bench.
Now serving for Johnson County, number 3, Jimbo Shabbat.
Serve for Shabbat. Little just behind, but it's still going to work out for Tatiana Murray. Sorry, she was ready to jump in the air. Everything was just a tick behind, so she kind of had to wait and was able to get it over the fingertips of Ringenberg, and that was enough to drop down on the opposite side of the fence. Tied again here at 17. Hasn't been anything larger than a 2 3-point lead in this one. Expect that all throughout tonight. Another service error, and that's the 5th on KCK, and that'll be a quick side out and back with the lead for Johnson County. And at this rate, Denny, the way how close this match has been, no service errors, make it 5 now for the Blue Devils. Could be the difference in a win and a loss in this first set.
Sure could.
Potentially. Esser will serve, set by Rolando. They go in the middle and a little bit long. They try to find it to Avery Bijan, faking it like they were going to go to the far side to Pritchett on the outside. They go to the middleman in Bijan, and it's a little bit long. Timeout on the floor by KCK, and we will take it with them. 19-17 Cavaliers leading the Blue Devils.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Martin City Animal Hospital, located just minutes east of 135th and State Vine Road. At Martin City Animal Hospital, we provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, including digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work. Also, specialty care such as general surgery, cold laser therapy, animal chiropractic, small animal reproductive services, and dental cleaning. With 4 other locations and a team of 15 veterinarians, our commitment to you makes Martin City Animal Hospital the vet you can trust.
We've said it once, and we're going to continue to say it, folks. The vibes in this gym, they're immaculate, Denny.
Oh, no question about it, player.
It's been a lot of fun here tonight. We've been treated to an excellent first set, and to think we still have at least 2 more to play after this one, but I expect it to go beyond that 3-set marker myself, just the way this one has gone so far. Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Drennan, Cavalier and Blue Devil volleyball here on Johnson County Sports Live. So glad everyone can join us here this evening. That's a much-needed point there for KCK off the deflection and going out of bounds over the head of Campbell Shabbat, the closest Cavalier to it on the back line, to maybe keep that point alive. KCK did take that last timeout, so they got one remaining. Johnson County still with all two. And that's exactly what you want to do as a timeout. Get the quick side out, and now a chance to serve for Ava Johnson, the freshman out of Olathe West High School, also not too far away. But she has another service error. That is number 6 in this first set for KCK.
Serving for Johnson County, number 14, Avery Ringenberg.
Cavaliers back in front by 2, first to 20. Late touch there. Thought maybe they were going to let it go, but Rand touched it last there. Getting it over. Cross shot Boyer, deflected, and Rand came diving in at the last second, keeping it alive. Now in the middle, Rodinger's going to get the kill. Great effort, though, from Ava Rand, who came diving in there. I think we just missed it on the replay, but it's set up nicely in the middle for Lauren Rodinger, who's become a more and more vital piece in the middle for this season for Coach I and this Cavalier team. Again, a lot more looks. A 6'2 freshman out of Olathe Northwest High School, a transfer from UMKC, a redshirt transfer. As the Blue Devils bring it back to 2, 21-19. Both teams making some substitutions, and back to serve for the Blue Devils is Fernanda Okoro. Fernanda Okoro, the 5'9 sophomore out of Lima, Peru. One of 4 foreign exchange students on this KCK squad. Boyer tracking it down, back to the net, return sent over by Carly Martin. Set in the middle, they go near side, light shove. Martin diving out for it, almost gets tripped up with Lily Waters, and it's a
net violation.
Net violation against KCK, who came across, and it was there towards the end, Zia Gonzalez, that her momentum was taking her too far forward, coming across that center line. They got the boundaries hot pink here tonight, so it's pretty clear and obvious to see. Cavs close to potentially closing out the first set. 22-19 lead. Good block at the net. That's going to go all the way to the back line and stay in. If that went a little longer, it's point to Johnson County, and we might have our first challenge of the night here. And Denny, I think it's going to be close.
Well, we should be able to tell on the replay.
Yeah, we're gonna look at it right here. Let's take an instant replay look at this. Block at the net, and Denny, I don't know. Now, I should point out, our replay system is not what they use for these reviews. They have cameras set up all around the gym. I don't know. Now, remember, the call on the floor was that it was ruled it stayed inbounds. That's a point to Johnson County, and basically it's got to be irrefutable evidence of did that go out of bounds, and I think it looks like it lands right on the line from our replay.
Well, if it's on the line, it's in.
That's what it looks like there. Again, call on the floor was that it stayed inbounds. We'll see if it ends up standing that way as both teams are breaking their huddle. This might be a pretty short review once it's all said and done. As I believe they've decided it just stays there. Or no, was that actually the final timeout? So it was actually, I thought initially it was going to be a challenge, but instead it was just the second timeout taken. So point is good for Johnson County, 23-19. I thought maybe with how close this set has been and how close that play was, and now you get a service area for Boyer. That'll bring the Blue Devils to 20 points on the night, 23-20 in the first set. I thought maybe initially she was just going to say, let's just have a look at this and see what's the worst that could happen. But they get the service there on the back end, so in the end, not too much of a big advantage for Johnson County. Still just 2 points away from potentially putting it away unless KCK can go on a run here. Shabbat, another quick dump. Out of the reach of Tatiana Murray.
Set point coming up.
Campbell Shabbat just has that wicked sixth sense to know when to just set it for her attacking players and when to just do that quick dump over. 24-20 set point for Johnson County. Rolando dug up straight in the air from Martin. Textbook on the back line. Boyer, and that one's dug up by Ava Johnson, who's going to try to get the kill, and a double touch there for Esser. She kind of juggled it and had to have it point there for KCK as they get the side out, and they need to go on a run here to possibly stretch this first set even further and possibly win it. Remember, you got to win each set by 2 points. You cannot win it 25-24. And that'll bring the possibility of that coming even closer. Little flat on the dig attempt on that back line for Johnson County. Reese Daughtry is in there, and she was the one that had that first touch. It goes over the scores table and out of play. Now 24-22. KCK trying to make things interesting here towards the end of the first set. We'll be back after this quick break. You're watching Cavaliers Volleyball on Johnson County Sports Live. Back here live, KCK coming out of the huddle after that last timeout taken by Johnson County. They're the only ones with a timeout remaining. Blue Devils have none. 24-22. Cavaliers were on the doorstep of set point, still are, but KCK trying to string together a couple of more points, maybe make this first set a little more interesting. Another serve on the way from Valentina Rolando, set near the net by Shabbat, and the kill attempt is blocked at the net. Denying Ava Esser, 24-23. Tatiana Murray got a big piece of that one. A point away from tying. KCK is, but a point away from taking it is Johnson County, and Ava Esser does just that. 25-23. Cavaliers will take it.
Yeah, nicely done by Ava Esser there.
We'll take one more look there at the kill attempt that gets through. It gets by the diving hands of Ava Randall, libero for KCK. Johnson County will head to the second set with a 1-0 lead.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stows with Martin City Animal Hospital, located just minutes east of 135th and State Line Road. At Martin City Animal Hospital, we provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, including digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work. Also, specialty care such as general surgery, cold laser therapy, animal chiropractic, small animal reproductive services, and dental cleaning. With 4 other locations and a team of 15 veterinarians, our commitment to you makes Martin City Animal Hospital the vet you can trust.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Hey, you ready to go to my mom's?
Well, I can't go today. I have to mow. It's probably going to take all day.
Well, that's too bad. Don't work too hard.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Well, Denny, I'll tell you this much. If the first set was a preview of what's to come here tonight in this one, we are in for quite a treat. Cavaliers take the lead, 25-23. They took the first set from the Blue Devils. Dylan Funk, Dennis Drennan here in the booth with you. And I think really when you're looking back at that first set, I think the only thing that I can really think about being the big difference in that set, Denny, it's the 6 service errors that were committed by KCK.
Yeah, and Johnson County only had 3 by my count, so they were +3 in the unforced turnovers. I think you're right, partner. That's a big deal.
For both of these teams, well aware in a high-caliber match like this, as Johnson County will start on the board first here in set number 2. Got to find a way to clean up those unforced errors as this match goes along. It's still going to be highly competitive, and for Johnson County, I'm sure for Coach I, 500-plus career wins under her belt, 18th year here at Johnson County. I'm sure she was telling her squad to saying, we took the first set, but it still doesn't matter. It's 0-0 out there right now. You know the Blue Devils, another top 10 team in the country, as are the Cavaliers, and be coming out looking to take this second set and pretty much even us up at 1 apiece. Still anybody's match to take. Good crowd on hand here tonight, has been for ever since about 20 minutes till first serve.
Oh, nice get.
Brooke Boyer going to get that one, sent over by Shabbat. They'll try it again. KCK in the middle. They set it up, and the kill is good for Zia Gonzalez. And the Blue Devils able to answer with a counter punch. They get the side out and the serve, sent over by Rolando. In front of the net, Shabbat will go far side. Lily Waters tried it right at Rolando, who went down to the floor to get that one. Shabbat on another quick set towards the back line. That's deflected and dives out right in front of Rand on the kill for Brooke Boyer. Just one of those where the front line not able to get enough of it to at least put it back in the air or completely deny it. It's like the worst ultimatum that you want. It came out flat and too flat for Rand to run over and try to get a quick dig off of it. So that point will go in favor of KCK. So neither team yet has been able to put together back-to-back points. We're tied once more here at 2. If I had $1 for every time that we would be tied in any set here and moving forward in this match, Denny, my goodness. I think the largest lead from the first set was maybe 4 points. I think maybe was the largest, maybe just 3, but nothing more than that.
Oh, they said that ball was touched. I was going to say it went out of bounds.
Off the deflection of Johnson County, yep. So it is KCK the first to put together back-to-back points. They serve it again. Quick touch. What a block from Shabbat. Able to deny that one from Murray. This time she'll go with the light touch. That's still kept alive. What a block from Campbell Shabbat. And that's going to end up being a point for Johnson County. And you can credit the center, Campbell Shabbat, getting it done with the block.
You bet. And then she had a nice set to finish it up.
You do not see Tatiana Murray getting denied when she gets that perfect set. Her timing is perfect and gets everything put behind that spike. And Campbell Shabbat, I don't know how she did it, but she somehow kept it in front of her and from going down. And eventually the Cavs able to get that point, as they will with this one, as that one goes wide of the boundary. For 3, Cavaliers answer with a quick spurt of their own. Carly Martin, another serve. Line drive, sinking serve. It's dug up. Daughtry diving out for that. Esser on the send over, awkwardly off the forearm of Rand. No one able to get to it. Nice job, Reese Daughtry that time, able to get down on the floor to keep that one alive, setting it up for the set to the near side. Ava Esser, who gets it done. She's been doing that all season long here for Johnson County. Scramble as Martin sets. Boyer will just get it over On the return, a set from Murray. Blocked, but not enough. Able to get it by Ringenberg and Shabbat. With point for the Blue Devils. Brings it back within 1. Serve from Osborne in the middle. Ringenberg goes long. Had the right idea trying to find Avery Ringenberg there in the middle. Nice set for Shabbat, but just a little bit too long. Ran with a good eye for KCK to let that one go. Ties us up again at 5. On a service error for Osborne on her second serve. That's a quick side out back to Johnson County and back in front by 1. Service errors continuing to be the thorn in the side of these Blue Devils. Not super characteristic for the number 5 team in the country.
No, not at all.
Joust at the net. That'll be a quick dump for Avery Ringenberg, and Johnson County is now going on a little mini run. Anytime you get those kind of 50-50 balls, the joust at the net, as they like to call it, it's easy for Avery Ringenberg, just using that size to her advantage. Tallest player on the roster for Johnson County at 6'3". A sophomore out of Blue Springs South High School, Blue Springs, Missouri, as Esser will go into the net that time. Side out back to KCK. That was kind of the staple for this KCK team. Looking back on their past games, you really don't see them commit this many errors and just kind of have these mental errors and mistakes that they've been having so far tonight. Here's one that's going to go off of Johnson County. The first touch from Boyer goes awry on the back line. That's an ace and ties us up here again at 7. Remember, you look back at the rankings last week, KCK undefeated, number 2 team in the country behind previous conference undefeated team, back-to-back defending national champions, Cowley. Now the Blue Devils dropping down to number 5, Johnson County, and still in the top 10 at number 8. Rolando calling for it over there near the bench, sets it up. Shabbat for Boyer, deflected on the front line, gives Rand plenty of time. She dives out belly first. Nice scramble drill there for KCK. Here's Esser. This time it'll go. And that's actually the libero, Taryn Markham, the freshman out of Paola High School, home of the Panthers, and Esser puts it right at her shoelaces on that last kill. Taryn Markham, 5'5" freshman. Denny, you and I, we got to call some of, I would assume is going to be her older brother. And she had an older brother who went on to play baseball, originally committed to Tennessee. Was a really highly coveted prospect and athlete coming out of that senior class of 2022. Caden Markham.
Yeah,
Caden Markham.
Yeah, he had an incredible arm.
Starting pitcher, first baseman for Paola. That was back when the Panthers made it in the tournament back in 2022. They made it to state practically almost every year. Their head coach, Tony Brummer, but that 2022 squad definitely was a very memorable one, losing to Frontier League foes Tonganoxie in the state semifinals as the Chieftains would go to the state final and would finish runners-up to the McPherson Bullpups as they would win the first of 2 back-to-back state championships for McPherson.
Boy, that was a fun tournament to call.
It was a lot of fun. Always is out there in Salina, Kansas. 9-8. Cavaliers still in front by 1. That one somehow stayed inside the antenna. I don't know how Osborne was able to do it, but she sends it over, and it's an easy kill for Brooke Boyer. But how she was able to kind of tuck this in to keep it fair, man, that is – what a great effort. Easy setup there for Boyer as she gets the kill. Serve for Ringenberg. Set in the middle, good block in the air, and Avery is not able to catch up to it there in front of the scorer's table.
Nice effort there by Avery, but just a little short.
Point to the Blue Devils as Rand is subbed back out, and again, back in comes Taryn Markham. Barrows swapping spots here, and who will go back to serve for the Blue Devils? It will be Ash Rolando. So Ash Rolando, older sister of Valentina Rolando. I mentioned both coming over from Grosseto, Italy.
That's long. It's another unforced error.
Something about these service errors here tonight that is just getting the better of KCK right now. And they've come at really kind of poorly timed moments where you think they're going to start to go on a run, maybe tie the game back up or retake the lead, but instead it just puts Johnson County back up by 2, and of course the side out to go along with it. Now the Cavaliers looking to build upon this as Rodinger and Shabbat kind of got their feet tangled up there, still able to get it over the net as good effort from Martin, but the play is ruled dead and point to KCK. Blue Devils trying to get a hold of the service there before it gets too late. That one will go off of Kennedy Woodhouse. First time we've called her name tonight, as she had the first touch and went over the Johnson County bench, and we are tied again here at 11. Feels like this set has been going on long enough. We should be getting close to the 24, 25-point mark, but we're somehow still here at 11.
Another unforced error by the Red Devils.
Getting close to double figures in service errors
tonight.
tonight.
Them the Red Devils. They're the Blue Devils.
Blue Devils,
but they're dressed in red tonight.
Now, you see the Allen County Red Devils coming in dressed in blue. I'm going to have some questions, mostly because Allen County's red and black.
Right.
Why are they wearing blue? I don't know. 1 point Cavalier lead. Off the ricochet, Esser for the kill, but dug up nicely by Rolando. Another dig on the kill attempt from Pritchett. She keeps it alive here, sent over on the forearm of Valentina Rolando. Rodinger tries the light touch, and she gets it past the diving Trinity Fasher.
Nice placement there on that soft touch. That was Rodinger, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was nicely done.
Rodinger, she does have that right elbow, something that she didn't have before this match started. It is wrapped up. Not sure if she had a cut and just didn't want to have to deal with any continuous bleeding or any stoppages like that, but it doesn't seem to really be affecting her out there. She's still moving around without any kind of restrictions or anything like that. 13-11, still a 2-point lead for Johnson County, and on the back line, that'll be an ace. Blue Devils stopped. That was going to go long, and that'll force them to take a timeout here. And the ace is good for Lily Waters.
Yeah, there really wasn't any question about that. That was in.
No doubt. Looking at our replay as well. 14-11 coming at this first timeout for KCK. They'll have one remaining down the stretch. We'll take a quick timeout here. Be back with more Cavalier Volleyball on Johnson County Sports Live.
How do you see the world?
Ha! At Shriners Hospitals for Children, we know that changing how you see things can turn them into everyday miracles.
Like riding my bike.
Breaking boards. Ha! Hugging my mom.
Every day for over 90 years, Shriners Hospitals for Children has been sending love to the rescue, regardless of a family's ability to pay.
If you know a child we can help, call or go online now.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
So it is a 3-point Cavalier lead coming out of our first timeout taken here in the second set. Cavaliers won the first set 25-23, and they are going on one of those patented runs here, Denny, as that one will go off to Blue Devil defenders on the back line. Just some miscommunication there between Rolando and Rand. Valentina Rolando. That time Rand takes full charge of that one. Murray is denied. Another good block from Lauren Rodinger.
Man, that was nicely done by Rodinger there.
The way that she has just fully blossomed and developed from the first week of the season to now, she looks like a completely different player out there.
Oh.
And her amped-up playing time is a good reason for that. As originally to start the year, she was more kind of being rotated in with the 1B team, as we call them here for Johnson County. You have the starting lineup out there, the usual 6, and then once Johnson County and their expedition matches and their matches that weren't out of conference play, they kind of put the 1B team in after a 2-0 lead. Rodinger kind of anchored that club, and now she's up here with the 1 squad, and she's been holding her own.
Yes,
and
well earned,
providing.
too. She's done a fantastic job.
The Cavalier bench that this year there was a big focus after losing so many pieces last year. Only 2 returning players, at Carly Martin and Avery Regenberg. Everybody else either graduated or transferred out. So Coach I had to pretty much build this team from scratch, a team that was in the national championship game, finishing runners-up to Cowley a season ago. And she's done a terrific job, and part of that has been finding pieces like Lauren Rodinger out there.
You're not 13-time Coach of the Year for nothing.
No, you are not. (17-13) Johnson County near the net. Quick top, Campbell Shabbat.
I'm telling you, she's just a magician at that.
You don't often see a no-look back set over the net, but that's what, oh my goodness, Campbell Shabbat, have some mercy.
Nicely done.
She knows when to do it. She knows when not to do it. She walks that line so perfectly. That's what makes her such a threat. You make a play, now you go back and serve as Campbell will send it over. 5-point lead for Johnson County. Martin will set for Esser. Out on the back line.
Yeah, a little too long. Needed to get a little more on top of the ball.
Just missing on that one. Boyer calls for it, gets it. Sent back over by Osborne. Ringenberg wants it. She gets it. Fed right back to her on the set from Esser.
Slide out to
It's Shabbat that came in there, set it quickly, and then peeled it out of there. Nicely done for Johnson County. 19-14, a 5-point lead. Second and final timeout going to be taken here by KCK. We'll be back with more after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stows with Martin City Animal Hospital, located just minutes east of 135th and State Line Road. At Martin City Animal Hospital, we provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, including digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work. Also, specialty care such as general surgery, cold laser therapy, animal chiropractic, small animal reproductive services, and dental cleaning. With 4 other locations and a team of 15 veterinarians, our commitment to you makes Martin City Animal Hospital the vet you can trust.
Last timeout taken by KCK. They have none remaining. Johnson County starting to turn the heat up a little bit on the Blue Devils, putting all the pressure on them. 19-14, already a 1-0 lead, and you figure if the Cavaliers close out the second set, Denny, really, like I said, all that pressure is going to be over on KCK.
No question about it.
That is a tall mountain to climb in any match, but particularly in this matchup, in this gym, with this atmosphere that we've had all night long. It's going to be really, really tough. If things going to get even deeper. Ava ran a little flat on that initial touch. Goes as an ace for Johnson County and Ava Esser. First to 20 once more is Johnson County. Another serve on the way from Esser. 6'1" freshman out of Topeka Seaman High School. And that almost quickly side back out over to KCK.
By my count, Johnson County still +1 in the unforced error department.
The service errors haven't been there in as big as numbers here in the second set as the first for KCK, but for Johnson County, they still have made some errors of their own. That one's going to go off the fingertips. No one is able to track it down on the back line.
Now the Cavs are closing in on that magic 25.
They're getting close. Regenberg will now go back to serve.
She's had quite a match so far, partner.
Has had a match, has had quite a sophomore season. Talked about with her and Carly Martin anchoring, the only returning presence as they both sub in and out of the game for one another. Martin in, Regenberg out. They're the only ones that have any idea of what it's like to go to compete for a national championship game, go through the postseason gauntlet. And you know, as we get closer to playoff time, we're just a couple of weeks away, that they're really going to be relying on that veteran experience for both Martin and Regenberg to help get this team ready. As if the coaching staff isn't enough, but having those players that have that leadership and kind of telling the others what to expect, how to get ready for it, it's invaluable. Light touch, Boyer's going to get it done. Right on the near side, great effort from Markham trying to dive out for it. Even if she would have touched, I think she might have went over the net. Would have been a violation one way or another.
Boyer's had a few of those nice little touch jobs tonight for the win.
Boyer out of Lee Summit High School, Lee Summit, Missouri. Cavaliers keep getting closer, on fire, as it says on the Jumbotron here in the gym. So another serve on the way from Boyer. She was one of the two that transferred over from a different college. That was both her and Rodinger coming over from UMKC, home of the Fighting Roos. Another one not going to be able to get over the net to 9.
Set point.
Valentina Rolando, and here we go at set point. Third straight serve here from Boyer, looking to cap off the second set, give the Cavaliers a 2-0 lead. KCK vibing for a rally. Shabbat to Martin, to the far side Waters, denied at the net, and that keeps hope alive for the time being for KCK. Blocked on the far side, Tatiana Murray.
Yeah, Murray timed that just perfectly.
Got to score 7 straight points, and it's not going to happen. Rudiger closing the door. And the Cavs taking into the second set, 25-17.
Wow, nicely done.
Cavaliers not wasting much time in the second set. This last kill from Lauren Rodinger puts it away, and we head to the third. The Cavs are commanding 2-0 lead.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stows with Martin City Animal Hospital, located just minutes east of 135th and State Line Road. At Martin City Animal Hospital, we provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, including digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work. Also, specialty care such as general surgery, cold laser therapy, animal chiropractic, small animal reproductive services, and dental cleaning. With 4 other locations and a team of 15 veterinarians, our commitment to you makes Martin City Animal Hospital the vet you can trust.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Hey, you ready to go to my mom's?
Oh, I can't go today. I have to mow. It's probably going to take all day.
Well, that's too bad. Don't work too hard.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Back in here on Johnson County Sports Live. Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Drennan. It has been all Cavaliers in this one. 25-23 in the first set, 25-17 in the second set. And, you know, in that second set, then it was really competitive. They were trading off ties, 1-point leads, and then you blink, and all of a sudden it was the Cavaliers shutting the door on an 8-point set 2 win.
Yeah, well, they went on that patented Cavalier run that we'd been talking about earlier. Kansas City, Kansas has not had an answer thus far.
Now moving forward, they got to put some answers together. They got to win the next 3 in a row. And I mentioned it in the second set before we went to break. That is not an easy hill to climb or whatever. And it's going to be even tougher tonight. We've talked about the energy here. It's been a packed student section. Everybody showing support for the Cavaliers and the Blue Devils alike. They've had fans travel nicely from 20 minutes or so, or wherever they're coming from. But no doubt, Johnson County has been able to take that momentum, put it in their back pocket, and it's propelled them to a 2-0 lead. That's the start you want here in the third for KCK, getting that first point across. But now what can they do to try to maintain the momentum going forward? Ash Rolando here on the serve. It's been service errors that have been really the biggest issue, especially in that first set. That one lands plenty in bounds. I'm surprised to see Carly Martin on that back line let that one go. She thought it was going to go long, and it landed with plenty of room to spare. Break there for Ash Rolando and the Blue Devils. They quickly double up their lead 2-0. This time Martin will make the play on the first touch. It's set in the middle. Lauren Rodinger.
Have a night, young lady. Rodinger is having a night.
No doubt. Nicely done on that kill. Here's Boyer on the serve. To the far side, Rolando. This one is still alive. It somehow quickly went off of Whithouse, and then Martin. Lily Waters, the only Cavalier left to try to make a run at it. That was a ferocious kill attempt. It was kept alive somehow, but Johnson County not able to return it. They fall behind 3-1. Just over the top of the net, brings Martin down to a knee on the dig. Light touch, Rodinger, light touch at the net again, but she gets the dump. So that goes out of play. Tatiana Murray chased it as long as she could, but it ends in a Cavalier point.
Rodinger seems to be everywhere. Love it.
With how well she's been playing, especially since October has started, it's kind of bullish to say this is her breakout game, but
man, I don't know.
Her fingerprints are all over it. It's kind of hard to say this isn't. Great dig by Boyer. Keeps it alive. Back set Shabbat. Kill attempt. Nice dig on the other end, but it goes out of bounds. That was Ava Rand on the dig for KCK, but just poetry in motion for Johnson County. Watching that whole sequence play out. In the middle to the far side, Murray with that cross shot, almost tight-roped on top of the net. And it went on the other side and fell down out of the reach of Waters, who dove out for it. That was pretty spectacular, just grazing over the top of the net. It's about as slim as an angle as you can get on any cross shot.
Yeah,
in this
no
sport.
question. That was an excellent effort by the Cavs there, but just wasn't meant to be.
Credit to Tatiana Murray. Gets credit with that kill and able to answer Ava Esser.
Side out to the Cavs. Tied at 4.
Johnson County, number 10, Curly Marte.
Martin will serve, takes a second, now fires it over the net. Rolando is there on the set, denied at the net. Pritchett denied on the kill by Ava Esser and Avery Ringenberg.
Wow. That was timed perfectly by Esser.
Second straight serve here for Martin. Her team leads for the first time in this third set, 5-4. Jean calling for it. They go to the far side, and Murray still kept alive in the middle. Esser, she's blocked. Bijan in there to make that play. Or was there a net violation in there? Did Bijan get a piece of that net?
Yeah,
yeah, that's what it appears to be.
Yeah, the Cavs got the point.
Like I say, Bijan went too far into the net violation. Point to Johnson County. Now a 2-point lead. 6-4 on the back line. Is it in?
Nope.
It is not. They say out. Little long on the kill from Ava Esser. Another one that looked close. Just out of frame, but they're going to go ahead and stick with the call on the floor. Coach I not even getting up from her chair to entertain a possible challenge or anything like that. They'll just keep play going. Just feed her again. That's all you got to do. Takes the Blue Devil player, defender closest to it, diving down to the floor. That's Ran and puts the Cavs back up by 2. Campbell Shabbat will serve it away this time. Jean in the middle, and she's able to get that one. Dumps it right in front of Shabbat, coming out into the back line from the serve.
Now serving for KCK, number 17, Johnson.
Back to Ava Johnson. Serving away for KCK and has an ace taken from her, courtesy of the diving dig from Reese Daughtry. On the far side, deflected on the front line, goes out of bounds, and Lily Waters over on the bench. Blue Devil bench saying, watch your head over there, trying to, there's that little bit of jousting we're used to seeing between these two conference rivals as we're tied up once again at 7. What a service there. That one not even close to get over the top. Johnson into the net. Double-digit service errors on the night for KCK.
Yeah.
Definitely a backbreaker for them. They had 6 in the first set. The Cavs were able to squeak out the win, 25-23. Weren't as prominent in the second set. Cavs still were able to dominate by 8, 25-17, and turns around there from a tie game to putting the Cavaliers back in front by 1. Make it 2 on the block. Avery Ringenberg getting that one for Johnson County. Just over the top of the net. How about that for an ace for
there you go.
Kennedy Whithouse?
You know it's your night.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. That one
yep.
happening right there for Kennedy Whithouse. I'm sure she could.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stowe with Martin City Animal Hospital, located just minutes east of 135th and State Line Road. At Martin City Animal Hospital, we provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, including digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work. Also, specialty care such as general surgery, cold laser therapy, animal chiropractic, small animal reproductive services, and dental cleaning. With 4 other locations and a team of 15 veterinarians, our commitment to you makes Martin City Animal Hospital the vet you can trust.
Oh, shoot.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Again, last time out taken by KCK. They have 1 remaining. Blue Devils down 10-7, making now 10-8. Kill is good for Ava Johnson. Deflected, but goes out of bounds. Ball from Johnson County. Already down 2-0. Number 5 team in the country, feeling the pressure, trying to avoid losing their 4th straight set. This is a team a week ago was undefeated, 20-plus matches into the season. Now, all of a sudden, if cannot make this comeback, Bijan, nice dig going down to the floor, but into the net it goes. 11-8 Johnson County. It's still jarring to think that this team that was once number 2 in the country in last week's rankings, and then it could be 4 straight losses later. Who knows where they could end up falling. The only, I guess if you want to say one thing, is that all their losses they've had, they've been to other top 10 teams in the country as well.
Yeah, no question about it, but it probably does play with their psyche a little bit.
Sure. At this point in the season, too, where you're a couple weeks away from closing out the regular season, going into the Plains District Region 6 tournament for national championship tournament seeding, and then obviously onto that. Both these teams very familiar with the national tournament, finishing in the top 4 in last year's tournament. KCK finishing 4th, and Johnson County finishing 2nd, just behind the Cali Tigers, also in the KJCCC. You had the top 4 teams in the country last year in the national tournament, 3 of them coming from the Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference.
That's amazing.
And it's been the Tigers, the Blue Devils, and the Cavaliers this season. Continuance in the top 10 all season long. Cavaliers currently sitting at 8. They held that ranking in the last rankings as well. Another service there for KCK. This one will be credited to Ashra Londo. It goes off the top of the net. Side out to the Cavaliers, 12-9. Johnson County still with the lead. Boyer will go to serve.
Cavs at +3 on unforced errors in this set.
Set in the middle. Another cross shot. Nearly falls for Murray, but it'll go out of bounds on the return for Johnson County. Great effort nonetheless. And that brings the Blue Devils back within 2.
That's good.
We get another look at that one here, see where it landed. Right on that back far corner.
Yeah, that was good.
That was Martin and company again. That was back there. Thought it was going to go long, but it just drops in. Point away from tying us up at 12 for KCK. Shabbat in the middle. Rodinger again. Oh, what a great return, but it goes out of bounds. Valentina Rolando going down to the floor. It goes off her forearm. Great effort. Just long. Kill is good for Lauren Rodinger. Now Waters will serve away for Johnson County in the middle. Right back hot off the press to Carly Martin. It ends up into the student section. Acting more in self-defense there more than anything was Carly Martin. Couldn't quite dig that one up. And again, KCK on the doorstep of a tie. Libero Eva Rand will serve. Shabbat sets it for Esser. Straight in the air. It's going to come back on the other side. Rodinger, that kill attempt still alive. It's a fourth touch in there somewhere. It's got to be, and it is called against KCK. That was kind of quick ricocheting there right by the net, and it's going to end in favor of Johnson County, who gets the point. Back up by 2. Carly Martin up to serve. In case you couldn't tell, it is pink out right here on Johnson County Sports Live. And a nice block at the net, but just lands out of bounds. 14-13, continuing to keep things close here in the third set. I'm Dylan Funk, joined alongside Dennis Drennan here in the gymnasium at Johnson County Community College in Overland Park, Kansas. So glad you all could spend your Wednesday evening with us here, taking in some very terrific volleyball. 2 top teams in the country, top 10 teams in the country, and NJCAA Division II. Crosstown rivals in the KJCCC. Osborne will serve it away this time off that brief stoppage, and it's going to be an ace, and we are tied at 14. Not able to get it up on that dig. Another serve here for Osborne, a chance to put her team in front. Shabbat to Esser, and that'll go. A much needed point there from Johnson County. Puts them back in front, now 10 away from potentially taking it in 3 straight sets. So that went way out of bounds. No one even close to being able to go and track that one down. Tipped enough that lets Martin get underneath it. Esser chased after it in front of the Johnson County bench. And that kill will be good for Maya Pritchett. Just got it over that front line defense of Johnson County. Martin nearly, she got a little bit more airtime and had it straight in the air. Maybe the Cavs keep that point alive, but it gets away. We are tied again here at 15. Boyer on the near side, blocked at the net, still kept alive. Second effort. Wow. Martin is there. Shabbat, Ringenberg, too long. And the Blue Devils have the lead here in set number 3. Another service there. These services, they just continue to pop up at very inopportune times for KCK. That one will.
That makes Johnson County +4 in this set.
Ava Johnson, that one will get tagged to. Kennedy Whithouse back to serve. Still anybody set here in the third. Tied at 16. Osborne set for Rolando, kept alive by Martin. She'll set it up for Boyer. Light touch, Rolando on the touch again. Osborne comes crashing in right in the area of Ava Rand and might have thrown each other off as that one goes flat towards the scorer's table.
I count that as 4 touches, 4 points for Boyer tonight. Really nice. Mm-hmm.
Quick shove, and it just catches that boundary. We've talked about Campbell Shabbat being able to do that. Now we see Osborne do it here for the Blue Devils. Thought initially it was going to go long. It got by in the perimeter of 3 Cavalier defenders. The other one, that Coach I mean, it was right in front of her, so she had the best look out of anybody. Felt it wasn't worth a chance to go and look at it at the monitor. Still tied at 17. That blocked but goes out of bounds. Spatial awareness for Waters and Martin, barking at everybody to let that one go. Peter, if you will, if you're a football fan, as that goes out of bounds. And the Cavs retake a 1-point lead. If you know somebody that they're trying to get into volleyball, you're trying to introduce them into volleyball, this is a match to show them. Here tonight, this has been a lot of fun watching these 2 teams go at it. And we will be tied once again at 18. Yeah, we've had the privilege, too, Denny. This is our second time we've gotten to call a conference matchup that featured two of the top 5 teams, or top 10 teams, because we had Cali and Johnson County earlier in the year. That was in the middle of Cali rallying off like 90-plus straight match wins. It was kind of unprecedented territory they were in. They lost at that tournament that both the Cavs and Blue Devils were at this weekend. I think their streak ended at 104 total match victories in a row, dating back to like 2023, 2022, something like that. It's been incredible. Timeout going to be taken here by Johnson County. That last point puts the Blue Devils back in front by 1. 19-18 here in the third set. Johnson County still with the total control with a 2-0 lead.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stowe with Martin City Animal Hospital, located just minutes east of 135th and State Line Road. At Martin City Animal Hospital, we provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, including digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work. Also, specialty care such as general surgery, cold laser therapy, animal chiropractic, small animal reproductive services, and dental cleaning. With 4 other locations and a team of 15 veterinarians, our commitment to you makes Martin City Animal Hospital the vet you can trust.
Last timeout taken by Johnson County. They still have the total lead in this match, 2-0. They won it in the first 25-23 and then 25-17 in the second. KCK, they need obviously, it goes without saying, need to win the last 3 sets going. They had the 1-point lead, 19-18 here in the third. A little back on the first touch. Great recovery from Martin, and Shabbat will send it over on the scramble drill for Johnson County. Here's a set to Orlando on the far side. Great dig. Kennedy Whithouse going down and peeling that one off the court. Back-to-back nice defensive plays made here for Johnson County, but it's not going to be enough, as finally getting it over is Valentina Rolando on the kill. And KCK, for the first time tonight, are first to reach 20 in a set. Cavs trying to answer, shoved over by Boyer, taken in on that back line by Johnson. Met at the net, that goes out of bounds off of Johnson County. And the last few minutes of game time have belonged to KCK, who stretched that advantage up to 3 points, 21-18. As Coach I will make substitutions, Adeline Hemphill the first time in tonight as she brings out Brooke Boyer. Got Ava Esser and Avery Ringenberg out of this match, as well as again in the middle. It's going to be an easy kill for KCK. 3 away from wrapping up this third set, and the second final timeout going to be taken by Johnson County.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stowe with Martin City Animal Hospital, located just minutes east of 135th and State Line Road. At Martin City Animal Hospital, we provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, including digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work. Also, specialty care such as general surgery, cold laser therapy, animal chiropractic, small animal reproductive services, and dental cleaning. With 4 other locations and a team of 15 veterinarians, our commitment to you makes Martin City Animal Hospital the vet you can trust.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Been the largest lead of the set for KCK at 4, 22-18. Rapid substitutions continuing to be made for Johnson County, trying to get that, we mentioned the 1B team in there to kind of get some veteran experience against a great team like KCK. A 2-0 lead. This is what Coach I has done all season long, as Hemphill will send over on a cross shot, trying to give this team a chance to close out this big match. Shabbat will track that one down. Woodhouse calls for it on the send-over, calling off Carly Martin. Rolando on the far side, another great dig. Shabbat, but it's going to go long into the stanchion of the umpire. And KCK now 2 points away from forcing a fourth set. Head coach Mary Bruno Ballou continuing to cheer on her team, loving what she's been seeing from them here in the final stretch of the third set, but yet another service error. I'll side it back out to Johnson County, and they needed that one. Now we'll put a halt to this momentum string for KCK. Now the Cavaliers going to look for a rally. Home crowd trying to egg them on. Off the forearm of Martin. No one's going to get to it for Johnson County.
Set point for the Blue Devils.
For the first time tonight, KCK finds himself in this particular vantage point. Trying to take it to the fourth. In the middle, Roninger, flat off of Rolando, somehow sending it over. Tatiana Murray on the scramble. Roninger again. Rolando on the touch, set up by Marka. Murray on the near side, denied at the net, and Johnson County will have a chance. Got to rattle off 4 straight to keep this third set going, as Ava Esser will check back in. Still have not seen much of Avery Ringenberg in the back end of this third set, as Alana Brewster is going to be called on, and Lauren Roninger will check out. Lily Waters will be the one to serve for Johnson County. She sends it over the net right at Rolando. Rolando on the second touch. Kill attempt is long. Little too much mustard on that one from Maya Pritchett. And after the first 2 touches from the Rolando sisters, it's Pritchett's kill that goes too long. 24-21, KCK still at set point. But Johnson County with the ball and trying to make a rally. We'll see if they can do it here in the third set when we return. Warren will cut this timeout short just a little bit by about 15 seconds or so. Cavaliers trying to string together a rally. They're down 24-21 here in the third set. Cavs did take the first 2 sets. They're trying to keep it potentially from going to a fourth. Waters, the second straight serve. Rolando will set for Rolando in the middle, and that's going to go out of bounds, and KCK takes it here in the third, 25-21. And we saw those substitutions made in the third set. Didn't see a lot of Esser, Ringenberg, and others, and KCK able to take advantage of that as they win the third set. Still behind 2-1, but they keep their hopes alive. They need to win it here in the fourth. We'll have that coming up for you next year on Johnson County Sports Live, presented by Martin City Animal Hospital.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stowe with Martin City Animal Hospital, located just minutes east of 135th and State Vine Road. At Martin City Animal Hospital, we provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, including digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work. Also, specialty care such as general surgery, cold laser therapy, animal chiropractic, small animal reproductive services, and dental cleaning. With 4 other locations and a team of 15 veterinarians, our commitment to you makes Martin City Animal Hospital the vet you can trust.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Hey, you ready to go to my mom's?
Well, I can't go today. I have to mow. It's probably going to take all day.
Well, that's too bad. Don't work too hard.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
So here we go on to the 4th set here for the first time this season at home on Johnson County Sports Live. The Cavaliers will have to play in set number 4. For the home fans here tonight, Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Drennan. The matchup of crosstown conference rivals, Johnson County and Kansas City, Kansas. Cavaliers took the first 2 sets, 25-23 and then 25-17. Blue Devils did force the 4th set by taking it in the 3rd, 25-21. And again, like we mentioned, the kind of rapid substitutions that Johnson County had made got to a little bit deeper part of their bench, which is not new. It's something that we've seen all season long. And, you know, for the most part for Coach I, we've seen that we call them the 1B team, and they're, you know, you put them anywhere else in the conference, for the most part, they're going to be starters out there. So, I mean, I'm not trying to discourage them by any means, but outside of the traditional 6 starters we see out there, when they go with that lineup in the 3rd sets of these 2-0 leads they have, they've been able to close them out, but not able to do it this time against KCK, number 5 team in the country. So it's the reason why we are here, as you still got Kennedy Whithouse roaming around out there, Lily Waters, Brooke Boyer, Campbell Shabbat, Laura Rodinger, and Carly Martin. So we will still, if we see Ava Esser and Avery Ringenberg into this match, it'll be a little bit later on. Meanwhile, for the Blue Devils, they're going to keep fighting. Here's a quick dump for Campbell Shabbat, and that's a way to start here in the 4th set, setting the tone early. Johnson County and Campbell Shabbat.
Yeah, if you're Johnson County, you don't want this to go to a 5th set. You want to make it happen here.
Yep. It's like in baseball where you go to a game 7 and it's anything can happen. Yep. Definitely in a set 5, it has that same, the stakes kind of high. Cavs looking to respond with the first 2 points. They haven't put them up yet. There they go. Now they have. That one will be a point to KCK. A legal 4th hit against Johnson County. Ties us up here at 1. With the exception of the 2nd set where Johnson County was able to win it 25-17. That was the largest lead that either team has had over the other tonight. No other lead has been larger than 4. It's been very competitive in all sets in this entire match. Shabbat near the net. Waters will send it over. A little backhand with the right hand. Doesn't quite fall down. We'll see who Martin sets it up for. It'll be Boyer as her light touch can't get over the net. 2-1 Blue Devils. Still no Ringenberg, no Esser coming off the bench just yet. Trying to chase after it. Great effort by Boyer, but it's going to go out of bounds as she went into the stands.
Yeah, she did.
Kind of crashed into the front part of the bleachers. She didn't go into the bleachers, but she slid into the front part of them and got up, kind of rubbing her back a little bit. All smiles, so nothing seriously wrong, but great effort by her nonetheless, trying to channel her inner, what would it be, Derek Jeter, I guess.
I was thinking the same thing.
Dennis Rodman diving into the stands. That was back in the day, I guess. But
By the Cavaliers, number 8, Lily Waters.
there's a nice kill by Lily Waters. Quick side out for Johnson County. Keeps it at 3-2 as Ava Esser for the first time in the fourth set will check in here. Waters gets the kill, now gets to serve as Rolando will set for Murray. Still kept alive. Esser looking for her first kill off the bench here in set 4. Blocked at the net by Roninger, still alive. Rand will set it up. Dig will come back near the net, and the kill is good on the near side for Maya Pritchett, but that return on the dig for Waters a little bit too long. Went on the other side of the fence, and easy for Pritchett on the cross shot. Zone was open on the scrambling defense of Johnson County. 4-2 Blue Devil lead as they get another service error tonight. Getting close. I think it's been about like 15 on the night. I started to lose count in the third, but
yeah, they're +5 in that last set.
They had their worst set as far as service errors back in the first, where they had 6, where they lost it 25-23 by 2 points. Been more clean ever since, but still 15+ on the night. Not ideal for the number 5 team in the country, but they're still fighting hard. They get that point, 5-3. Esser and Ringenberg both out on the court for Johnson County. Shabbat, Boyer, Maurice Daughtry on the back line along with Carly Martin. So 5 of these 6 starters out there for Johnson County. Same can be said for KCK, with the exception being Brazia Osborne, number 24. She's still out along that back line as this one goes over the back line. And KCK holds the 6-3 advantage as you kind of feel that pendulum of momentum, Denny. It was all on the side of Johnson County, 2-0 advantage, and now we get into this fourth, starting to kind of tick its way back over there on the side of the Blue Devils. Near the net, quick dump, just out of bounds. We saw Shabbat make a nice little dump like that with her back turn on a back set kind of over the net, and that one was one-handed, and she would have been able to put that one down. Would have been another really nice highlight-worthy play, but it goes out of bounds. Blue Devils red hot right now, and another one that goes out of bounds. That serve kind of nosedived in front of Brooke Boyer. That touch from Shabbat sends it over and out of bounds, and it is all KCK right now. 8-3, they lead it in the fourth.
How do you see the world?
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, we know that changing how you see things can turn them into everyday miracles.
Like riding my bike.
Breaking boards. Hugging my mom.
Every day for over 90 years, Shriners Hospitals for Children has been sending love to the rescue, regardless of a family's ability to pay.
If you know a child we can help, call or go online now.
8-3 advantage for KCK here in the fourth set. They have found a way to bottle this momentum since about the back portion of the third set to this point on. Joust at the net. It's going to be won by Ava Esser in Johnson County, and a much-needed point out of the timeout for Johnson County as they get the side out and the point, 8-4. KCK still in control.
Now serving for Johnson County, number 3, Campbell Shabbat.
Shabbats will now go back to serve, gets the assignment from Coach Eyes, sends it over the net right at Rand. The libero digging it up, blocked at the net. Not going to be able to return it over as Pritchett was in there once more for KCK. She's been a stalwart for him over the past couple of sets. And KCK not letting Johnson County have that ball for too long. Quick side out. Back up by 5 they go. Shabbat on the set for Esser is denied at the net. Bijan getting that one. KCK native out of Piper High School. Big block there. Osborne chasing after it. Rolando's going to get the kill. Valentina Rolando on the scramble from Osborne, setting it up for her. It continues to be all KCK. Second and final timeout going to be taken here by Johnson County. Had a chance to potentially close it in the third set. KCK forcing it here to the fourth, and they are in control right now. 11-4 as we step aside.
Dan, you need to go.
Really?
It's important.
I feel fine.
Look, you cannot mess around with this kind of stuff. Some cancers, man, we just don't want to lose you from something we could have caught.
What I need to do?
You just give your doctor a call, and they'll tell you what screening test you need.
Fine. Can I have my pie now? Oh, man.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas?
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
It has been all Blue Devils here in the fourth set. 11-4 with the lead. Johnson County has already been forced to take both their timeouts, and this one's going to go into the net for Hemphill. And I had never seen Coach Jenny I really very animated all too often. That was a very spirited conversation out of that last timeout that was just taken there. She realizes that her team is not playing up to standard right now.
Yeah, this is getting away from the Cavs.
Ringenberg trying to get the kill. That one goes out of the boundary. And the largest lead for anybody tonight has now been met. 9-point lead for KCK here in the fourth. Sure, on the other side, you got KCK, number 5 team in the country, higher in the rankings than you are, but this is still not the standard of Cavalier volleyball that's been set for this entire season and for all of the decade plus before. And now you're really starting to get into the danger zone here, Denny, because you drop this fourth set and you go to the fifth.
It's anybody's.
You played to 15. It could be anybody's match there, and you would hate. Yeah. I can't remember the last time. I'd really have to go digging through the history books where there's a block here at the net where Johnson County would have had a 2-0 lead at home and then blew it in the fifth set. I'm not sure when the last time that happened.
Well, they need to go on a run here if they want to get back in this.
Mm-hmm. Light touch. Waters keeps it alive. Unable to get over. Avery Regenberg will get credit on that one. 13-7. Johnson County starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm. Pritchett sets for Bijan. It went over the net, but into the antenna. That is out of bounds, and a lucky break for Johnson County. Now back within 5. Regenberg in the middle. 2 Blue Devils diving out for it, and it's sent over by Kennedy. Far side, Waters. They go near side, Rolando, and that's able to fall. And a response here for KCK.
Now serving for KCK, number 18, Avery Bijan.
Bijan now to serve. Trying to help bring her team within 10. Potentially closing it out in this 4th set. High in the air, at the net, 50-50, and it goes the way of Johnson County. They say net violation against KCK. Reaching over the line, over the boundary. Got the assistant coach over on the KCK bench. He's hot about that last call. But it is what it is. We move along. 14-9, still a KCK lead. Make it 15-9. They get that last point off the forearms of Avery Ringenberg and out of bounds, not able to return it. And for KCK, they are not allowing Johnson to get any closer than 4 or 5 points in this 4th set. Shabbat in the middle. Rodinger is off the top of the net, and with how great she has been playing lately, you have not seen her make many mistakes like that, but she does right there. Another costly one for Johnson County, now back down by 7. Woodhouse will send it over, overhand hit for her. Rolando to Rolando, but it's kept alive by Whithouse on the dig. Waters on the far side. That will go. No. Yes. Yes, it will. Hmm. 16-10 KCK. Side out to Johnson County. Brooke Boyer back to serve. Back near the net, overhand hit, kept alive. Martin calling for it, sets it for Waters, charging in, that'll go. Deflected on the front line and then out of play off of KCK. A much needed point taken in once again by Johnson County. Back within 5, haven't been able to get much closer than this point here in the 4th set, and that service error is going to make it stay that way. Mistake for Brooke Boyer. She's a little long on the serve.
Bad time for that.
Yeah, there's never really an ideal time for any unforced errors like that, but especially as we get later on into this match where every single point just looms larger and larger. That's a big kill for Lily Waters. Johnson County, no timeouts in the 4th set. KCK still with all their 2. Waters now to serve as she sends it over. Rand is there on the first touch. They set it up on the far side, but it goes into the net by Pritchett. And KCK would go ahead and take one of their 2 timeouts. Johnson County's clawed their way back into this 4th set. 17-13. Blue Devils still with the lead. It's a good time as ever to remind everybody there's not really an opportune halftime opportunity here in volleyball, but another proud supporter of Johnson County Sports Live is Attic Storage, also part of I-35, I-435 self-storage. They offer climate-controlled units, RV and vehicle storage, plus clean, move-in ready spaces. As a veteran-owned, community-focused business, Attic features monitored 24/7 spaces with friendly on-site managers. Rent, reserve, and pay online anytime at attic-storage.com.
Service there.
Another one that hurts for Johnson County. 18-13, Blue Devils still with the lead. I did go back and look, and believe it or not, I actually didn't have to look as far as I thought I would. For the last time for Johnson County, they had a 2-0 lead here at home and even had to play a fifth set. You'd have to go back to last season. A little over a year ago, they played Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College here at home, and NEO actually won that match in the fifth set. KCK would be looking to do that if they can get there. They're getting close. 19-13 lead for them here in the fourth set. So now it goes 19-14 as that return not going to be able to get back over.
Cavs got to go on a run here.
Whatever they can to try to avoid going to that decisive fifth set where at that point it's winner take all. Eugene has her kill attempt dug up by Daughtry, excuse me. Ball ricocheting around, blocked at the net, Avery Riggenberg. That's blocked there by Avery. Martin back to serve, her team back within 4. Bijan, another one denied at the net, still kept alive. Pritchett, Murray on the send over. Near the net, Shabbat will spike it down. Right at the shoelaces of the diving libero, Ava Rand. And here comes Johnson County. Starting to bring some spark, some juice back into this home crowd. And that will stun this Cavalier momentum. The light touch on the near side, Maya Pritchett able to dump it over. Shabbat had a touch, but it went out of bounds. And KCK for the second set in a row is the first to 20 points. Cavaliers had that mark in the first 2 sets they won. Now 5 away from forcing a winner-take-all set 5 for the Blue Devils. Shabbat set on the first touch from Boyer. Great dig. Markham getting under that one for the Blue Devils. Denied at the net. Won a net violation, and they'll get it. Or a fourth hit. That's what it looks like it'll be. So we'll say that just went off the net. The Cavalier did not touch it on the other side, so the illegal fourth hit will be called there. And are they going to
challenge?
So here we go. So KCK is going to challenge. Again, our replay system is not what they use here in the arena, but let's take another look at it. There's 2, 3, and they say right off of there is the fourth set, and it's really hard to tell because it is play at the net, and just from our vantage point here in the gym, we are kind of positioned, our camera is right there where the official is, so he's got the best look at it. If that's what he called, it's going to be really hard, I think,
I would think it'd be tough to overturn.
Yeah. So unless there's another camera around here that's got a better look at it, I'm not sure what they can do about it here. I'm trying to see if Shabbat on the other side of the net got a piece of it, but it's too close to tell from our replay system. We'll see maybe if something is different here inside the gym. We'll just have to wait and see as they continue to talk this over. Again, Cavalier Athletics tonight presented by Attic Storage based in Eudora, Kansas. You can check out their self-storage in Lenexa, Kansas. I-35, I-4035 storage, part of the Attic Storage Company in Eudora, Kansas, out here in Lenexa. You can visit them at 10750 Cottonwood Street in Lenexa, Kansas, or you can call 913-469-5880 to talk with one of the representatives today and look into getting a storage space for you or your family. As this has been quite a night. We knew it was going to be highly competitive coming into this match, right? You got 2 top 10 teams in the country, and we knew it was going to be really hard to wrap this up in 3 sets. Although after the first 2 sets, it looked like Johnson County, that's exactly what they were going to do.
Yeah,
but
they were in a driver's seat, no question.
No doubt. But give credit to the Blue Devils. They won it in the third, 25-21, and they've dominated for the most part here in the fourth. They've led from the start and have not looked back. And I think Johnson County had the first point, and then once KCK retook the lead, they have not given it back. There was a point, they were up 9 points, and Johnson County had to take both their timeouts before they had 4 points up on the board. Just only 4 points up on the board in the fourth set. Since then, the Cavs have been able to kind of get back into rhythm, and this is a fairly big pending call here. Again, we'll take one more look at the replay that they are looking at, is saying it was an illegal fourth hit that was ruled on the floor on KCK. So there's the second, there's the third, into the net. That's the fourth touch right there. That's what they are saying. A decision, I would assume, is going to be coming close as we have the official over talking with our scorekeepers at the table. And the decision is coming in, and it's going to stay what was called on the floor. And that's big, so that keeps Johnson County within 3. You flip that the other way, you make it 21-16 for KCK. Who knows what can happen, but this is big here for Johnson County. Keeps them hanging around in the fourth, only down 3. 20-17, like we mentioned, on the call that stands, and Campbell Shabbat will serve for Johnson County. Takes a couple of dribbles into it, steps and fires over the net. Cross shot is off the line and out of bounds. Another one, that was pretty close. The cross shot from Murray, say it just off. Official had a look at it down the line. Brand new life here in the fourth set. Here's a joust at the net. It's going to land on the other side, not going to be returned by Bijan, as it fell right between the hands of her and Regenberg at the top of the net. And the second and final timeout taken by KCK. No timeouts remaining for either team here in the fourth. It is 20-19. Johnson County has fought their way back from down 9 to down 1.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stowe with Martin City Animal Hospital, located just minutes east of 135th and State Line Road. At Martin City Animal Hospital, we provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, including digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work. Also, specialty care such as general surgery, cold laser therapy, animal chiropractic, small animal reproductive services, and dental cleaning. With 4 other locations and a team of 15 veterinarians, our commitment to you makes Martin City Animal Hospital the vet you can trust.
And neither team wanting to take the full time out there. Back at it on the floor. 20-19, Blue Devil lead. Cavaliers a 2-1 advantage. They've clawed themselves back into this game, and now we are tied here in the fourth. And Denny, would you believe it?
That's awesome.
From down 9 were the Cavaliers in this fourth set to now all of a sudden tied at 20.
Yep, now it's anybody's set here.
Cavaliers win it. Game, set, match. KCK wins it. We go to a winner-takes-all 5th set. What an exciting finish we could come down to here. Johnson now looking for the lead. Straight in the air. It's going to go into the stands. No one will catch up to it. That first touch from Daughtry going a little bit high and wide. And a side out back over to the Blue Devils, who reclaimed a 1-point lead.
Now serving for KCK, representing Eva Johnson.
Serve over by Johnson. Shabbat sets for Ringenberg. That's a great dig, but it goes long. As Johnson came in out of nowhere. But if you get the set for Shabbat that close to the net to Avery Ringenberg, you can pretty much say goodnight.
Well executed there by the Cavs.
Kennedy Whithouse will serve this one. Still Shabbat, Martin, Hemphill, Waters, and Ringenberg. The 6 out for Johnson County. They go far side to KCK on the cross shot for Ash Rolando. Now Waters will try it. Return back to the net. Hemphill shoves it over. Rand is there for KCK. Shabbat in the middle. Ringenberg again. Right at Osborne. Whistles blow. It's a violation against KCK and a point to Johnson. Back in front, 22-21.
Was that a handball? I couldn't tell, partner.
Yeah. 1-point advantage for Johnson County. Blocked at the net, still kept alive by Johnson. Bijan blocked again, back-to-back, Avery Ringenberg.
Man, have a night, Avery Ringenberg. Woo.
Oh, my. Down 9 to up 2, 23-21. Cross shot right at the official. It's long. And somehow the Cavaliers have arrived to match point here in the 4th set. Yeah, no timeout, so this has to be a challenge. Okay, so
it's going to challenge.
You know, and this is truly a last-ditch effort here because you have no harm.
Yeah, I don't think there was any question the ball was out, unless she's asking if it was touched, but it didn't look like it.
Taking another look at the replay, I mean, if it was, you're looking on this, we replay it here, you're looking on that front line, Hemphill, Ringenberg, did either of their fingertips get onto it? And, you know, it's another one of those, it's too hard to tell.
No, this one went pretty quickly. It looked like the call was right.
To us, it looks like it's going to stand on the floor. You got fans peeking into our booth and saying, "What does it look like?" And that they've just said it's going to stand on the court as called. And you know, I get what Coach Bruno Ballou is trying to do there. There's no harm in asking for that challenge, but nothing there to overturn it. 24-21, Cavaliers looking to put it away against number 5 in the country, KCK. Too long.
There it is.
And the comeback is complete in the 4th set. Cavs take it 25-21. And they beat number 5 in the country, Kansas City, Kansas, and hand them their first conference loss.
Wow. Boy, we were treated to one tonight, partner.
Oh, baby, were we. One look here. Too long on that last point. And for KCK, gut-wrenching. They were up by 9 points in the 4th set on Johnson County. Again, we get close to wrapping up our coverage here. You've been watching Cavalier Volleyball presented by Martin City Animal Hospital. It's where your cat or dog is treated like family. Call them at 816-941-0070 or learn more at mcahvet.net. My goodness, just trying to take a collective breath here, man. What a fun match that was. The 4th set had all the drama, the dramatic come from behind fashion. It was 13-4 when Johnson County took their second and final timeout in this 4th set. And it looked like we were on our way to a decisive fifth set, and who
sure
knows
did.
what would have happened from there. But Johnson County, they buckled in. They dug into that championship pedigree they have and relied on their leaders and the great coaching of Coach Hine and the rest of that staff. And they dug deep, and they pulled the rabbit out of the hat, if you will. They won it in the fourth set, 25-21. They take it 3-1 against Crosstown and conference rivals KCK.
Yeah, and my player of the game is Avery Ringenberg.
Yeah. No doubt about it. You know, stats and stuff, I'm sure it will be posted here in a couple hours, but Avery Ringenberg definitely. Laura Rodinger, another one. She was, the first couple of sets, her fingerprints were all over this match. We made a comment that she's been playing so well. It's really hard to say that this was her breakout game, but those first two sets and even into the third, before the substitutions were kind of being rapidly made for Coach I, getting more players in on that front line, especially the outside hitters. She had her fingerprints on everything. She was making all the plays. Her and Ringenberg in the middle, Ava Esser, even not on a night where she was 100% dialed in, was still able to get some kills in there. And that's what's been so big about bringing Rodinger along. Ringenberg has done really nicely well, too. Don't get me wrong, but Rodinger, when Esser is not having a great night or when she's just off a little bit, I think the first couple of weeks, it was the offense solely relying on Ava Esser, and if she wasn't going, the offense struggled a little bit. Now you got Ringenberg in the middle. You got Laura Rodinger you could go to as well. It's just providing more weapons, more options for this Cavaliers squad, who now with that win, they moved to 19-7 overall and 6-2 in conference play. KCK, they dropped their fourth straight set, so they are now down to 18-4, and they will drop down to 6-1 in conference play. Still Cowley leading the way up at the top, 6-0. They haven't lost a conference match yet. The first happening just tonight for KCK. And, again, for Johnson County, never say never. There's still, I think, you want to take a look at the schedule as far as what's coming up down the road. I think you're looking at just another maybe 14 days or so left in the regular season. Then it'll be on to postseason play. So you got a couple of JV matches all next week. Next Wednesday here at home against Mid-American Nazarene, and then Central Methodist University on Saturday the 25th, and then your last conference game, your really last final test for postseason, is on the road at Fort Scott Community College on Wednesday, October 29th. So 3 matches left. You never say never, but you're going to need some help from whoever KCK is playing and whoever Cowley's playing. And, if things could happen, maybe Johnson County can get at least a share of the regular season title. But, at this point,
I think
trying to ramp up for the postseason.
I think that was just what I was going to say, partner. At this point in time, set your sights on the postseason and be ready to go.
No doubt. If that regular season crown comes with it, 1, it's well deserved, and 2, it's just the cherry on top. But this team has bigger sights, bigger goals. Finished runners-up in the national title game last year, looking to hang another banner up here. We had the women's basketball team win the championship last year. We had women's soccer finish runners-up. We had the volleyball team finish runners-up. Both teams obviously looking to have massive postseason success and hang up another banner in here. Again, you've been watching Cavalier Athletics here on Johnson County Sports Live, presented by Martin City Animal Hospital. We thank you guys for taking time out of your Wednesday evenings and watching along with us. It was a great, fun, high-energy volleyball match, and we are looking forward to the next couple that we have down the road here. We'll have one Region 6 home playoff game. That'll be in the first week of November. We'll just have to wait and see how the final seedings and standings finish before we know what that matchup will be. But we're closing in on just, 3 more volleyball matches this season here at home, and then it'll be on to postseason play. And you'll have to watch the Cavaliers all the way through on the NJCAA Sports Network. So, Denny, any final thoughts before we wrap it up tonight?
No, I think that was what a comeback by the Cavs. I mean, being down 9 in that crucial 4th set and coming back and winning it, I mean, that's a statement.
It was a team that was tested that past week, as was KCK, and everyone that was at that Heartland Invitational Tournament this past weekend up in Illinois. They get tested here tonight, pushed to the brink, down 13-4. That's where it looked like there was no chance it was going to go to a 5th set. 13-4 lead for KCK, largest lead for either team tonight in the 4th set. And they rallied from behind, and they took it 25-21. And Johnson County victorious over KCK, hand them their 4th straight match loss and their first match loss in conference play this 2025 season. You've been watching Cavalier Volleyball. Thank you guys for tuning along. We will see you next time here on your home of Cavalier Athletics, Johnson County Sports Live.